Welcome back to the Hideaway. Hey, I know I've been gone a couple of weeks, but we're going to get right back to work. Got my buddy Matt coming out today to help me get some rafters up and underlayment and purlins. So we will definitely work on that. But when we got here, I got a little video to show. Finally happened. Little damn bear got up on the deck, went through my recycling, which I rinsed my recycling out, but he got there and he tore that apart, knocked over my grill, and went down and got after one of my bird feeders too. So we got a couple of days up here. We'll see how much we can get done in those couple of days, but do appreciate you watching. And if you enjoy these videos, like I keep asking, please like and subscribe. I'll keep more coming. I think this is going to get to be a little bit longer of a series than I initially thought, but that's okay. It gives you guys something to look forward to every couple of weeks. So let's get to work and see if we can't get some rafters and purlins on. But first, take a look at this video, and I've added some trail cam because there's some really big old things going on in the forest. Well, Charlie and I just got back and it finally happened. I had a recycling bin out here and looks like somebody got into that. Tried to tear open my grill. Bird feeders destroyed here. But the weird thing is, they left the hummingbird feeders. So we've definitely had a bear on our deck. And look at how beautiful, cold, and wet it is here. I love it. So today, we got to do some work down here. We're going to get all the rafters done. I brought up all of the metal for the roof as well. And my buddy Matt is going to be joining me from town today. The same Matt that helped build the sawmill. So we got to do a little tiny bit of milling. Oh, and by the way, see that big dead tree right there? It's leaning towards the cabin, and because today it's not windy and I have a second person here, we're going to take that thing down as well. So we don't want that being there, and it'll give me some great wood to make, or I guess great tree to make some more lumber. So let's get started. Let's get this roof on this thing so I don't have to continue to tarp it up all the time. All right, we got to get this first rafters angles right, make the bird mouth and have a template so it's right. Right now, with the 2x6 sitting on top of the double header, it's a little bit too far out because the angle on the where the rafter attaches to the house is going to get slid in as we cut it. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a 1-inch bird mouth. So I'm just going to use this block, put it right in here, overlap the top plate about 3/8 of an inch because I think that's about how much I'm going to cut off of the other end of the rafter. And we're just going to have to eyeball back and forth on this. It's the beauty of using your own lumber. There's the line. See if it works. There we go, number one's up. I did have to go and order different hangers though that were 2 inches to fit mine. I got Matt doing the layman's work here, pounding nails, haha. Bird's mouth turned out pretty good on this end. We've got our template. Now it's just rinse and repeat, and then the purlins go on. Oh yeah. All All right, we got our template set real well. Now it's just mark all of our rafters after we got that one hung, and it's just a rinse and repeat at this point. So and a whiny dog right behind you can't see. Nice. Got to make sure the flat side is to the top on all of these 2x6s, because some of them you can see still have a little bit of live edge on them, and we want those to the inside. So we're working with a really nice flat roof on it. Last one to mark. Done and ready to cut. Nice. All right, we'll let you guys watch us put one of these up because it's a rinse and repeat. We got 3 up. Number 4 going now.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, it's ready. Got it.
I'll push it in.
Okay. So what we did here is we marked 16 on center all along here, put all the hangers up. We marked 16 on center on that end. We're toenailing that end in until I can get the bird block and some rafter or some hurricane straps on, and we'll be good. So putting a bunch of screws in is all we're doing now.
Scott.
You're asking me, and I got 6 in here too. Just gonna say this: it's nice to have a helper doing this kind of stuff. Here we go. Whoa! It is time to put the underlayment on and then the purlins. But we got to test. Oh, yeah, baby. Strong as can be. And a 60-year-old can still do a pull-up. Closed arm pull-up.
Yeah.
Let's make sure.
It's full.
Big ass staples. Nice. So we know you're supposed to start at the bottom and work your way up, but the problem is it ends against a wall, so we wouldn't be able to staple the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to go top down, but we're going to leave the last 4 inches unstapled so we can fold it up, put the next piece on, fold it down, and then staple again. So we know. There we are. How do you know what we're going to do is we're going to go up against the side of the house.
Yep.
So if anything runs back up, it keeps it from
give it like
backing
an
up.
inch or 2 up against the house.
We'd go 6 inches up for the amount of extra of this we've got.
I like it.
By the way, the reason or how I decided to do it this way is I watch 2 different channels. I watch Bush Radical. Dave Whipple's phenomenal with his building skills, and Kyle's Cabin, and they do kind of their metal roofing this way, where they got the rafters, then the underlayment, then the purlins over that, then the metal roof, and that way it just adds that extra layer of protection for water. At least that's how Kyle does it. Dave goes straight from Dave Whipple at Bush Radical, goes straight from rafters to purlins to metal roof without even having a barrier. But because this is going to be a bedroom and I'm going to insulate the roof really, really well, I want that extra layer of moisture protection. So that's why we're going with the underlayment on this thing. So we're going to probably have to squish it up. Anyway, my explanation for I don't know why. Coming down. Oh, we're not going to make you watch this. It's just stapling. We'll show you when it's done. We're stapling it down real good, even on the edges for now, before we get our purlins up in case a storm blows in. But ooh, Matt finishing up over there. Oh, it's almost like you have a roof when you come inside until the purlins and the metal go on. But I like that. I think that was a good call, putting that stuff up there. What do you guys use? What are your thoughts on this? By the way, ran a level over the rafters to make sure that everything was level to put the purlins on, and it's perfect all the way across. So, big shocker. All right, this is what the purlins are looking like. That's a really clean 1x3, and it's truly 1 inch by 3 inches. We got a few more over here, and there's a 2x6 we just cut as well for our bird blocking. So we've got plenty there. So back up to the roof we go to try to finish getting these purlins on. All right, you want to see where we're at? Oh, there's the Ryobi. All right, we got some of the purlins on. We just got to do the top one up there, but right now we're going to get on the roof and we're going to screw these the rest of the way down. Then we got to get up underneath that eave, and like one of the viewers said, you're going to have a bitch of a time getting underneath there to fix this. You're right. We're going to have to slide the rain gutters off, which isn't bad. They just slide off each end, and that'll give us access to be able to drive screws diagonally in there. So it's getting closer every minute. Well, that's it for today's work. Purlins all up, cut to the exact length off the sides. I just have a heck of a mess, but Matt left me for the day. It's time for me to have lunch. I just have to put the small spacing blocks in between each one of the purlins to seal up the edges there, and then I'll be ready to put metal on. So we'll get started bright and early tomorrow before it gets so darn hot out. But I got some cleanup to do tonight, and we will see you in the morning. Oh man, good morning. A couple of quick lessons from yesterday, or one for sure. Wear a freaking hat. Most of the day yesterday I did not, and the top of my head's a little sunburnt. So I'm gonna try to get to cleaning up. We did not last night. Matt had to hurry out and get back to town, and I was exhausted. So I'm going to, first things first, clean my whole work area up. Then, I don't know if you can see it, but up here between the purlins, I have to put little strips of 1x3, and that'll kind of seal up the ends when I put the metal down. So we're going to work on those couple of things first this morning. Then we're going to measure length of metal. I've got 12-foot sheets. This is about a 10-foot, 4-inch roof line here. So I'm going to probably cut to give myself another 3 inches, maybe 4 inches of metal off the end of the rafters, just for a little bit more overhang. And we'll just keep going from there. So let's get this whole place cleaned up. Not sure we have a need for this anymore. All right, tools are set up. All my extra scraps of 1x3 that we can use to fill in the gaps there. I think we're gonna start on the other side actually, because we can get out of the sun then. And as the sun comes around later today, we can do this side. So feel good about my workspace, makes it a lot easier to get to work. So let's start measuring, cutting, and nailing those little spacers in. I'll show you how I do one, but there's no need because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per side. And really it's just going to be measuring the length, cutting it, nailing it down. That's it. That's what I'm doing this morning. So I'm not going to say rinse and repeat like I did yesterday. I was going through my video last night and kind of starting to get it edited. And I'm like, oh my God, I said that a lot. So not going to say it. Just going to redo the same thing over and over for now. Let's go. .21 and a strong 3 ace. I can actually put this away because there's no more thick cutting, and I won't use this again until we cut our metal later this morning. There we go. Forgot the batteries for the saw. I've been in the house charging overnight. I'll go get those, be right back. Pretty good cuts. Let's see how it worked out. I'm going to be using nails for these. I don't need screws for them. And these are, let's see if I can show you up close. I guess I could turn it over. But if you see, they've got that twist to them. It locks them down a lot better, almost like a screw as opposed to just a regular nail with a smooth shank. We'll see how good my measuring and cutting is. Don't stand on your ladder like this. I'm going to have to get up on the roof to get this other nail in because I've got my rain gutter brackets in the way, but I will be able to get in from up there. But this is absolutely perfect what I was looking for. So as long as I'm up here, take the next measurement. Well, hi, Charlie, peeking around the corner. Since I had to get up here anyway, I figured I'd show you what it looks like. One side done, one side to go, and then metal. That actually went a little quicker than I thought, but there they are on the edge, what it looks like. So it's now going to seal up that edge when I put the metal on there. Just measured, I need 130 inches. I'm going to initially start with a 6-inch hangover. Jesus, that's what I feel like today. On this end, and I can always shorten that up, but I'd rather leave it a little bit long if I can. Every video I watch of people cutting their metal roofs, they're using an old saw blade and putting it on backwards. And apparently it does a great job cutting. So we're about to find out if that really works. All right. $130 Let's go get our tape measure, chalk line, mark this out. Got to take the generator up there because I'm going to cut it on the back of my trailer where it's sitting right now. And I just took my generator apart. With it sitting down underneath that table with all that dust, I just wanted to make sure that my air filter was still clean, and it is. So I guess this is the next phase, Charlie. Let's get that metal cut, okay? Thank you. I actually have a marker instead of a pencil for this. I did tap the edges perfectly in line with one another. So we'll mark 130 on this side, 130 on that side, chalk line, snap it, then we'll cut it. See how this works out. I am gonna go back to the roof and remeasure because this stuff's too expensive and it's the only 4 pieces I've got, which is just enough to do the whole thing. All right, go remeasure the roof. It's right, then I'll snap my chalk line. The 130 is absolutely correct. Anybody catch what I did wrong? I gotta flip these over and cut from the bottom side because as the blade comes up, it's spinning this way as I go across. It actually tears the metal upwards and leaves a little lip where I cut it, and we want that lip to be down, not up. That way the water and debris slide right off. Now I'm going to be probably putting the cut end up at the top underneath the other eave, but I still want it to be smooth on the top. Okay, let's cut. No, let's flip, let's mark, let's cut. This definitely calls for ear protection. This is gonna be a sweet look. Yeah. Probably should wear my glasses for this. I don't need shards of metal going into my eyes. It's just, my glasses are for nearsightedness, so they correct my far vision. Up close, I can see absolutely perfectly. What I really need to do is go out and just give myself a nice pair of safety glasses, other than my regular glasses. I'll be right back. All right, that's better. Plus, it'll protect my eyes from the glare. How old man are these? They tint or they get dark when they're out in the sun. That's an old fart thing to have. All right. It'll work, it's just gonna take me a while. The other thing I learned about it is that you have to have your saw set as deep as it'll go. I tried to set it shallow like you would with wood, and it wouldn't cut at all. I'm gonna go get a file, make the ends a little bit smoother here, but man, it did do a pretty good job of cutting a clean line. I'm gonna pre-drill all my holes. I'm not going to mess around with having to redo them or do them on the roof or having to smack them real good. So my purlins are 24 on center, so I'll go down and I'll mark every 24 coming down. Then I will do another 24 going down on the other side, snap chalk lines across, and then up on the top of the ridges is where I'm going to drill the holes. And in my case, the reason I'm going to do that, and I know there's that argument back and forth, but this is a very low slope, and I'd rather have them up high so they're above the water, and anything that gets trapped on top of the panels. And it'll also then allow a longer chute for snow to slide off if there's nothing, you know, obstructing it in the middle. So let us mark our 24s. Carry them down and get them on top. I'm going to try to take 2 at a time. There we go. Each sheet's about 25 pounds, so this is only about 50 total. Whew. We're gonna start on this side, work that way. I'm going to put a couple up just to get my perfect square, get them screwed down, and then start moving. But let's get 2 of these things up here first. All right, maybe we only get 1 up there. The other one's starting to slide down, and I got to get up there to get it up underneath the eave perfectly. I might have to cut a couple of rafter tails. We'll see how this whole thing lines up first. Well, I'm finding out we're not as square as I thought we were, because I'm using the square cut ends of the metal up against the house, and I'm getting them flush as tight as I can against the house. But when you look here, oh, let's get out of the sun. You can see the rafter tails aren't lining up now, even though the edges of the metal are. But we're gonna go with against the upper edge of the house because that's the most important to me to keep leaks from happening. So 2 more to put on. Basically, it's more like 1.5. I'll show you when we're all done. I have to use the screws I put in to keep myself from sliding down. I didn't think this pitch was going to be steep enough for it to be this slippery, but it is. No! Damn. That sucks because that was my socket for this. All right. Woo! Found that tiny little thing. All right, I'm gonna go back up there, show you when it's done. Last 3 screws and the roof's done. What you didn't see is me putting the rain gutter back on, which it's just touching the tall ribs. Actually, I'll bring you up here in a second, as soon as I get these last 3 in. Woohoo! I never have to be on this roof again. Haha! Let me show you. Charlie, are you happy I'm done? Yeah, me too. Okay, there you go. All done. Look at how nice that rain gutter looks. Woohoo! Big stuff is done now. Now just walls and finish work. Hi again. Hi again. Hi. You're the best helper ever. Look like a familiar position? I think I wrapped up my last video just like this. And that is a wrap on part 3. Got done exactly what I wanted to get done. Got the roof on. It is down, screwed down in every spot, underlayments in. Now this is nicely protected. So really, all I have left to do now is build the sidewalls. And then, I guess at that point, we just have to put some, I'm gonna look at some other type of siding. Originally, I thought I would mill boards, but the boards that I milled for the floor, they've all shrunk, probably a 1/2 inch of width. So I have huge gaps. So I'm gonna have to do something for the flooring in here other than what I originally expected to do, but that's fine. Maybe do it exactly like we did in the regular cabin. Put down some insulation on top, like high density foam, and then do flooring on top of that. We'll see. That's a ways out. I gotta get my walls and my windows in is the next thing I'm going to work on. You're not gonna see me again for a few weeks. I gotta go back for my dad's 90th birthday. I think you saw him in a short that I put out a few months probably ago. He was up here with me. So that's gonna be an absolute blast being back where I'm from, South Dakota, and hanging out with my entire family. Both my brothers will be there, all my nieces and nephews will be there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. We got a lot of work done. I know the video was crazy of the bear and the elk and the lions. I mean, that's always insane while we're up here. So all I got left to do is a whole bunch of cleanup up by the sawmill, down here in my construction zone, let's call it, and then inside the cabin. And I think tomorrow is gonna be a day off for me. So thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed these so far, like, subscribe, share me, give me comments. I love hearing from everybody out there. And I guess we'll see you for part 4, which is going to be a heck of a lot of milling to get some 2x4s made and building some walls. So get out there, do it yourself.